Hello and welcome to Astranti's strategic analysis for the operational case study exams for November 2022 and February 2023. In this video, we're looking at the pre-scene for the company FireWorks. So just a quick recap of some of the key information we have about FireWorks. So FireWorks, I'll be shortening that to FW throughout for ease, designs, manufactures and sells a range of outdoor grills. So outdoor grills are kind of a barbecue effectively. And the company is based in the fictional country of B-Land, but it is in the very real continent of Europe and it has the B dollar as its currency. FireWorks is one of three specialist regional brands operating in Europe. FireWorks is in fact has the biggest market share in its domestic market of B-Land of those three regional brands that operate in Europe. In addition to those three regional brands that operate in Europe, there are a number of other regional brands that operate in other regions. And in addition to that as well, there are four specialist global brands that control 70% of global sales. All of those global brands originated in the USA. The B-Land market for sales of grills is expected to grow on average by around 5% a year over the next 5 years due to increasing interest in outdoor grilling. And FireWorks' product range includes charcoal, gas and electric grills in a range of sizes, and their key focus is on high quality, and what they're aiming to do is to facilitate the ultimate outdoor cooking experience. So that's the company, a bit about the company and the industry and the domestic market. So what are we going to do in this video? What is a strategic analysis and why is it useful for you in preparation for your exam? Well, this is the structure of the video. We're going to be using the outline of the rational planning model. And effectively what we'll be doing is starting on the right-hand side, first of all, looking at the future, then establishing where we are now. And the key thing, the output from this video, we will be developing a business strategy for FireWorks that will help us to understand the company and be better prepared for the exam. So that's the way this model roughly works. You understand where the company or the organization is now. That's on the left. You need to understand where the organization is heading. That's the future. And then bridging the gap between the two. That's the business strategy the company needs to be successful. So we tend to look at the future first because we want a clear vision of where the company is heading. And there's no better way to start that than by looking at the company's mission. And what we'll be doing effectively is taking what we can from the pre-scene, and we'll be using a range of business models to understand where the company is heading. So we'll consider the company's mission, its purpose and its values. We're going to consider if there are any, and if there aren't any, we'll infer some objectives and key performance measures. We're going to try and identify the critical success factors, the things a company must do in order to succeed. We'll analyze the key stakeholders using Mendelow's mapping matrix. And we're also going to consider the key ethical and corporate social responsibility issues that can be seen by reading through the pre-scene. And once we've established where the organization is heading, we'll then jump over to the left and consider where the organization is now. And that will be started by looking at the marketing mix. We'll look at the 4 Ps of the marketing mix to understand the product, the promotion, the place, and the pricing. We'll then look at a pastel analysis. A pastel is a tool you would use to analyze an environment. So the environment we'll be analyzing is the B-Land domestic market, and we'll be looking at each in turn: political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors that make up and characterize the business environment. We'll also look at Porter's value chain to understand the primary and supporting activities that contribute towards the profit margin. Finally, we'll summarize more or less everything we've looked at in the video up to that point in a SWOT analysis, the company's strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats it may face. And then taking all of that, we're going to finish up by defining the business strategy going forward. And I will be suggesting what I think is the best strategy for the business, the things it really needs to focus on going forwards, based on an analysis of the company from a strategic perspective. Now, it's worth noting, of course, that this is the operational exam, not the strategic level exam. So you won't be expected to do anything like this in the exam. The real purpose of this video is to understand the company better, to understand its strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats, so that when you go into the exam, you really are giving well-reasoned, logical arguments in your answers that show that you've really considered the company and its the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Okay, so with that said, let's crack on with the video and start by looking at where the organization is heading. And we'll start by considering the mission. Now, there are different aspects to a mission, but the key thing is to have something everyone in the organization is working towards. And you can break that down into a number of key areas. First of all, the purpose of the organization. Why does it exist? For whom does it exist? And what is it hoping to achieve in the long term? Then you have the strategy. How is the organization going to compete? What is it going to do differently to its competitors or better than its competitors to ensure that it is successful? The values. What does the organization stand for? What are the key values that are instilled from the top down all the way throughout the company? And then policies are formal, usually written, enacted, and they ensure people act according to the things that come before, like the values and the strategy and the purpose. So the policies should encapsulate what comes from higher up. So if we take FireWorks then, and we think about these four areas, what might we consider their purpose to be? Well, luckily in this pre-scene, it is stated quite clearly on one of the earlier pages where we learn about the company's ethos. And so we could fairly easily determine that a key purpose for the company is to create outdoor grills that enhance the outdoor eating experience. I think that's taken directly from the pre-scene. And another more general one, obviously they work in metalworks, particularly making outdoor grills. But a slightly broader purpose that comes out through the pre-scene is creating those opportunities for hospitality and friendship. We see mentioned again and again throughout the pre-scene, particularly the new managing director, Catherine, who took over in the last 4 years. She really wants to ensure a quality dining experience and they're grills that cook excellent quality food. So it's all about the experience, not just the product. So how are they competing? What is the company's strategy? Well, from looking at the pre-scene, we can infer that the main goals will be to grow their market share, primarily in the domestic market of Beeland first of all, and continue to maintain and hopefully build on their reputation. And they're doing that via a modest range of high quality specialist products, those being their outdoor grills. It is a fairly modest range. They have the three main categories, they're charcoal, gas and electric. They also sell accessories alongside those grills. It's very much based on reputation, as is often the case with a high quality brand. And in this case, we are looking at a company that sells more expensive premium products, not budget, not affordable grills. Certainly not at the moment. That's not how they're currently competing. What are the company's values? What does it stand for? The most important thing throughout is quality. It affects pretty much all the decisions in manufacturing, from procurement and sourcing through to the actual manufacturing process, the quality of materials. That's the most important thing. Also, I would say, in addition to quality, there is a sense that this is a luxury product, and part of that quality is look. So part of quality is, does it do the job? But also it needs to look good. And so, for example, you see in the choice of Frit enamel supplier, that was chosen based on it being a high quality, and that high quality ensures a very nice aesthetic on the finish of the grills. So there is quality is ensured, but there is an aesthetic element to that too. Another value that can be directly seen in the pre-scene is a commitment to sustainability. We know, for instance, and we'll talk about this more later in the video, that Catherine, the managing director, has a commitment and wants the company to become carbon neutral within the next 6 years. And that's part of a more general move to be a sustainable company. And in terms of actual policies then, one of the policies that is clearly stated is to become carbon neutral in the next 6 years. And that's going to present a challenge because you have a manufacturing company, and one of the stages in the manufacturing process is a double firing. So they use furnace that has to heat up to 850 degrees, and that is done twice. Once to make the enamel connect to the steel cookpot, and then a finishing firing. So that obviously uses a significant amount of energy. That might make being carbon neutral in 6 years difficult. In addition to that, all staff learn the manufacturing process. As we saw in the pre-scene, we know there is the induction that is at least 3 days long, and everyone who joins the company goes through that same induction process to ensure that whether you're working in the office, in the finance department, in marketing, or on the shop floor, you understand how important the manufacturing process is and how it ensures quality in the company's products. Okay, so that's already giving us a pretty clear picture of where the organization wants to head and what it wants to be like, its vision of itself. But how does it reflect that mission in its actual objectives and performance measurement, and particularly what targets are there? Now, this is sometimes difficult to pin down exactly what the targets are because they aren't typically given in the pre-scene. So what we will do is try to infer some targets based on a fairly solid and close reading of the pre-scene. So targets are important because it gives everyone in the company something to move towards, something to focus on, and that can help to motivate staff, and importantly, it enables with performance measurement. If you have a target, you can measure how effectively you are reaching that target. If you're reaching it at all, how close are you to reaching it? So performance measurement is intrinsically tied up with setting targets. So the targets we can infer from the case study are pretty much taken from a reading of the directors, the board of directors. So we have Catherine, who's the managing director, and it's stated that she's very keen to innovate in order to consolidate the company's reputation. Now, innovate could mean a few different things. It could be introducing new processes and new technologies to the manufacturing process that help to speed up production or to introduce efficiencies or control costs. And that innovation is cost controlling, and it makes it cheaper to produce, and it gives the company more options in terms of pricing, whether they can have a bigger margin or they bring the price down and become more competitive. Innovation can also come from product development and introducing new types of products and using technology to the latest technologies to advance their product range and introduce new things into the market. It can also mean introducing entirely new types of products. So in addition to outdoor grills, it would be something like indoor cooking grills or pizza ovens, or things that are in a similar area but would be considered a completely different product type. So innovation is going to be important. There are targets. There will probably be targets around innovation. Again, this isn't specifically a target. This is just giving us an idea of what the kind of targets might be and what sort of performance measurement or key performance indicators might be in place. There's also from Sebastian, who is the sales and marketing director. He's very interested. This is explicitly stated in the pre-scene. The most keen of all the directors to expand and increase the company's market share. There are the two main markets. The main market the company operates in is the BLAN market. That's where it already has a dominant share of the market. It has a majority share compared to the other competitors, but that doesn't mean there isn't room for increasing its market share. So there is more room for growth and expansion in the domestic market, but there's also significant room for growth in the international market too, where there is a fairly small number of sales in other countries of FireWorks grills. So from those two things, there will probably be, and again, we're not told about these, but there may be some targets. There will be key performance measures in place, not just around these things, but there will also be targets around ensuring quality particularly with any new product offering. Quality needs to be ensured. So there are likely to be more specific strategic targets we don't know about, but it may also suggest there are a lack of targets or no KPIs. Quite often an exam scenario is for you to suggest key performance indicators for a given area. So that's one to watch out for.
I hope you enjoyed that sample that was taken from the full strategic case study course. So if you want to watch the entire video, then go ahead and sign up for our course. Before you do that, let me just tell you a bit about it so you know what you are getting. Our courses are designed first and foremost to help you pass your exam. We want you to minimize your study time, and we ensure that through providing those things, you are getting value for money. So what's on our course? Well, let me tell you a bit about the materials that we have on it. First of all, we have our exam technique series that's designed to help you to get to grips with the case study exam and find out exactly what it takes to pass. And in this series, you'll perfect your exam planning and writing technique. You'll find out how to maximize the marks that you score in your final exam. You'll learn how to provide the best answers written down in the right way within the time given on the exam. And you'll hear exactly what the examiners say about how to pass the case study exam. In the theory revision series, this is designed to refresh all of your syllabus knowledge relevant to the case study exams. So we take the most commonly examined theory from E3, F3 and P3 and summarize that for you so you can review theory quickly and easily. So you can take the study text with you wherever you are, online or the printable version. It also includes a whole range of tuition videos for those particular topics. We, of course, have the pre-scene analysis and the pre-scene materials, and that includes a full analysis of the pre-scene, picking out the most important snippets of information so that you don't miss a thing. 6 full videos for you to get through there. Also in the pre-scene materials package, we have a strategic analysis that links the pre-scene to the key theories and models from the syllabus. We have an analysis of the top 10 most likely issues to appear in the final exam, according to our case study experts. And we have 30 pre-scene knowledge questions designed to cement your knowledge of the pre-scene. Next up, we have the industry analysis. Our industry analysis provides an overview of the real-world industry that the pre-scene company belongs to, so you can apply this in the exam to score extra marks. Of course, we have mock exams and mock debriefs. Our mock exams include 5 fully timed computer-based mock exams with challenging questions designed to replicate the real exam. In addition to the questions, all of our mocks come with detailed solutions so you understand where you went wrong quickly and easily, and you can learn how to approach a similar question in the real exam. The mock debriefs are a series of video debriefs for each of the mock exams that go through exactly how to take the question, interpret the question, and turn that into a plan for the exam. So it shows you what you should be doing, how to apply what we've learned in the exam technique series, and you can compare your answer against the plan developed in the mock debrief. An essential product that students always are really popular with all our students is marking and feedback. And we have comprehensive marking and feedback included for 3 mock exams when you join the course. And that's from your assigned expert tutor who will be marking those scripts for you. That gives you the best platform for focusing your remaining studies and improving your answers. You'll work with the same marker throughout, so they'll get to know you and then give you personalized tips for how you can improve. We also have questions packs. First of all, we have the ethics pack, which helps you to cope with ethics questions, and we have a range of particular ethical issues to help you practice. We also have our generic question pack series. That's 60 exam style questions on a range of topics that are based on generic companies. So that's not based on the pre-scene, but it's a good way for you to practice writing exam answers in addition to what we've looked at on the pre-scene. And then finally, we have our masterclasses. There are 3 live online masterclass days, and signing up for the course gives you access to all of those. You can sit in and watch our experienced SCS tutor going through. You can talk to them through the interactive chat box. You can ask further questions on our discussion board. And those masterclasses are designed to take what we've learned from exam technique, from theory revision, from the pre-scene analysis, and apply it to your actual exam solutions. Finally, to back all of that up, we have our double guarantee. So that includes, first and foremost, a 14-day full money-back guarantee. So if within 14 days you aren't happy with what's on the course, you can get a refund, no questions asked. And on top of that, we also have a pass guarantee, which is basically if you sit with us, if you have our course and you sit the exam and you don't pass, then we will give you the course again for free. That's how confident we are in our materials.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found that useful. And remember to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more Astranti content.